guys from Germany or Sweden is a like a private, what do they call that?
Copyright lawyer.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell's it called? Where it's proprietary information. There's a word for it. But yeah, I don't think that's the case. We should just wait. We should just get sued, and then we'll go, we didn't know. But then they'll look back at this episode.
I'm never going to play that kind of stuff, so if anyone's going to jail, it's Jim.
What kind of stuff you talking about?
That was
and that's it.
6.5.
3 second break.
We're screwed.
3. That was Mossball Torsion covering Judas Priest. No one will know.
That bass work was excellent.
What if we did it like that? What if we said the Ascertainers are a band and we dabble in the dark arts of cover music, and that last number was, we think it's Judas Priest. We wouldn't know. Or it's coincidental if it sounds like Judas Priest. That's one of our originals. How dare they? We'll figure it out. Everybody, it is the Ascertainers. I'm your host. Sorry, little shout out to the Think Drinkers.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's an excellent match.
Because we don't have I was just thinking the other day, it's like, you know what, I have all week to come up with some kind of just a great intro like the Think Drink Disney guys do. And then I was just like, you know what, I'd fuck that up too. So we're the Ascertainers. We try sort of hard. We try hard enough to make sure we still have our Newt sponsorship, which tonight is in jeopardy. Got a little tough go at the head corporate today.
Which is sad. This is us trying hard.
We should start calling Newt's corporate. I think that'd be cool. Anyway, Mark had a little. I think they sent a message to Mark. It's not if you make a mistake; it's how you recover. And they recovered handsomely. As
they did.
Yes. It's Saturday night. Typically, we're a Friday night. Our biorhythms match up on Friday nights. But there was some other crap that was going on this week, so we're doing it Saturday. But we went through the traditional routine, the Ascertainers plus the third Ascertainer. My first wife, Chris, went to Newt's, enjoyed the hell out of it. Beth was bartending tonight. Sorry, Sarah. Where the hell were you? I think Sarah gets Saturday off, so good for her. But yeah, Beth rocks, and got to see Corey.
Yeah, we had a fun time with Corey tonight.
Killed at pull tabs.
Yeah, as always.
A lot. It was not good, but it was Stacy. We love Stacy.
I think we ate 3 bowls of popcorn tonight.
We had some popcorn.
A lot of popcorn.
How was that popcorn?
It was excellent.
Yes. So we're getting Newt's out of the way right away. If you haven't been to Newt's in Apple Valley, Minnesota, and you live near Apple Valley, Minnesota, well, then go to Newt's and check it out. And Mark's a big fan, as am I, of the current special, which is the jalapeno popper burger. It's quite good.
Very good.
If you like jalapeno poppers and burgers, seems like the natural thing to do.
It's nice that some bites are not spicy, but then you get one bite that was like, woo.
Ay, ay, ay. Muy caliente.
Which is fun. I like hot foods.
What was that all about? What do I want to hear?
I don't know. I was trying to read something. So
So like turn it on the radio?
I guess so. I don't know.
That was hilarious. Mark took one earphone off his ear, and then he was talking. He popped it back on. I'm like, ooh, okay, anyway, had to be there.
I was reading my notes, and I thought, well, maybe it'll help me read it.
I think the next obvious progression of the podcast is that we start to have a live audience, where we get some chairs in. Someone will have to stand on the treadmill. Actually, I think we could become a green podcast and have the person on the podcast on the treadmill powering the podcast. We could be eco-friendly.
If we had a crowd out there, I would put a mic out there and they could yell at us and tell us the stupid things we're doing and saying during the podcast.
It's a pretty small bit. They could just say it like regular voice and we'd hear it, but it'd be cool if it was shouted. And what would be really cool is it'd probably be shouted in multiple languages. Because what were you just telling me? That our listenership seems to be a little European-centric.
Germany,
Yes.
since you haven't got a hold of us, ever.
Oh, yeah, let's set this up. Because way back about 30 episodes ago, we called out the German listener, probably just listener, and we said, hey, man or woman, send us an email at TheAscertainers@gmail.com, and nothing. But we can still see that you listen, or somebody over there does. So it's probably a bot.
Could it still be coming across the ocean on like a ship, a container ship or
It
something?
might be like the Titanic and it sunk. Did I say that right? Titanic? I thought that was in a fucking porno. Shittiest porno ever. It's got tit right in the title. I thought it was Titantric at first. And I was like, well, that explains the 3 hours, but it was just a movie about anyway, disappointment.
What happened at the end? I never saw it.
Team USA wins the gold. Something like that. It's something like that. But it turns out now we have another
European country.
Is it? You tell me who it is, because I think it's Sweden.
It is.
It is. What town? What's it showing up as?
I have no idea.
Oh, I'll look it up. But what? Will you tell them what you want to see? Somebody from Europe better email us pretty quick, or we're gonna, I don't know, keep asking.
So I was going to pit the Sweden person against the German listener and see who gets a hold of us first.
World War IV.
Yes.
Ascertainers World 1. I mean, stats, 7 day. No
and
location.
Send in a band for the radio game, and you could win like $30. I don't know what that's in euros.
Sweden. It is Stockholm. Ever heard of it? Stockholm, Sweden, county. Oh no, Stockholm County, and then the other is Frankfurt on Main, Hesse, which is the. Is that how you say it?
Sounds
It can't
like
be Hesse. That sounds like a Mexican thing. I think it's Hesse, because I knew a guy named with the last name of Hesse.
You sound like you were stroking out there.
Yeah, I'm typically. So far for the episode that came out yesterday, we have. I can't say how many American listeners, but it's a lot. And then we have one from Germany and one from Sweden. So if either the German or any of the 6 American listeners want to, just chime in and say, hey, here's my T-shirt side. I heard you're getting T-shirts. Actually do it. Your size will be in about 6 months, just in case you're growing or shrinking, because it might be a bit.
It's not happening fast.
On it.
We are?
Sure. We're putting the same amount of effort in that we have the last year and a half. Which is it a year? It's been a half a year yet? Well, shit, I think we're on our 18-month anniversary coming up.
Wow.
Mark's checking his watch. This will take a while. Tell us what the altitude is in the basement, Mark.
It's 812 feet.
Are you just making that up? It looked like you were making that up.
Well, the airport's 824 feet, so I was just...
So you bought that watch to just use stuff that was already in your head?
It's very shiny, so I blind people in the sun.
I seriously think you got that at like the country kitchen in the wishing well or at the dentist. Hey, nice checkup, Mark. Here, wear this fucking big plastic watch.
It was in the claw machine at the bowling alley. I pulled it out.
That's a good one. The heavy stuff's hard. You want to get a plush. You want to go for a big plush, like a unicorn or a...
$26.
Yeah. You got screwed, dude. That's a $26 watch?
It is.
It's worth that in plastic alone. That thing's huge. Wow. I'm going to start wearing watches. Do you know the difference? Speaking of watches, since I can't not tell this tale. Do you know what's the difference between a pickpocket and a peeping Tom?
I don't know.
One of them snatches watches.
Ooh.
Thanks, everybody. We're here all week. Try the veal. BW, shout out if you listen. That was for you. So why don't we've talked about Newts in a favorable manner. We should do the radio game. And then after that, Mark and I are going to talk about amazing rock trivia facts, and we'll see what happens. And I don't know what time we have, but I'm sure Mark will turn the thing on and give me the nod. But radio game, I will. Oh, I left my wallet upstairs. You got $2?
I do.
The old radio. It's documented that you put in $2 this week.
I see your wallet right there sitting on the table.
It's my phone, you goof. That's not my wallet. Oh, I stopped wearing underwear. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it's pretty, it's well-weathered leather. Let's just call it that. That's from a Rush song, anybody? Red Barchetta fans. That's one of the rock lyrics that I was going to say I didn't know as a kid. I thought it was When We're Together, and it's well-weathered leather, hot metal and oil, the scent of country air, since you asked.
For those of you that listened to the last episode,
Mark thought I gave a history of Rush.
He did. I think you went on for over 4 minutes, giving us the progression of all the... Can I tell you,
it felt like 4 minutes. I bet it was a minute and a half.
No, I think it was 4 minutes, but it felt like an hour.
All right, Germany. All right, Stockholm. Maybe they're trying to learn English by listening to the Ascertainers.
Oh, my goodness. They're listening to me.
That
Great.
Would be fantastic. They're like, you know what they're doing? They're loading up their AI, their English AI with the Ascertainers. The laughs are going to be the best.
A bunch of Europeans walking around going, album.
I think everybody says album weird. Because there's a certain attack point of the letter A. There's album, you know what I mean? But you get the almost last letter wrong. Not wrong, it's just you say it in a unique way.
Yeah, I mumble.
You're like Mushmouth from...
Yeah, I am, exactly.
What would he be like? Was he, hey, but baby? Was that
hey,
him?
but
That was mean. Who knew Bill Cosby would turn out to be a mean guy? Wow, apparently making fun of how a kid talks, and also who wears his hat over his eyes, but they cut eye holes out for the eyes. Apparently a guy like that's going to turn out to be a kind of a dick. Oh, excuse me, a huge dick.
I almost spit my beer out.
I know. We're going to have to put like wax
plastic
paper. All right, radio game. Radio game is I'm going to say it right now, an Ascertainers exclusive. There's no other podcast doing the radio game. I think that adds value. I think we should probably get about twice a year, we should get a Fireball along with our beer. Do it. Our beer each. There. Sleeping on the switch there, pal. But
I was adding.
Oh, that explains it.
Somehow it's 31. Oh, we had a guess.
Jason.
31.
We did 2 episodes, but one of the episodes probably won't air, so we're good. We're square.
But people are going to be rich because it's over $30.
I think tonight I'm going to win and I'm going to take it. I'm going to say it right now. If I win tonight, I'm going to take it because my bands aren't that good. So we each list 4 bands that we think will be playing on KQRS when I turn on this little transistor radio and put an earbud in my ear. 2 of the bands we pick will be like everyone's heard of them, and 2 might be a little bit more obscure, but not necessarily like, you know, just less heard. Ram Jam could qualify as both. There, I said it. Feel better, Mark?
I do.
If Ram Jam was the radio game, I'll quit the fucking podcast.
Okay, for my...
There'll be a new Ascertainer.
What we call... Oh, don't listen yet.
I already wrote it down, but yeah.
For my legacy ones, I'm going with Boston and CCR.
Oh, wow. I went with Chicago and Judas Priest.
Well, there you go.
2 city bands.
And then I'm going to go with, for Jason, because he commented that I bring up bands that nobody's ever heard of before.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Fanny, an all-woman rock band from 70 to 75.
We just listened to some Fanny, but I've never heard them on KQ, so I think we should have just talked about Fanny independently. But hey, it's your
I'm a 2-time winner, so I'm trying to get you to catch up.
Good God, I can't wait till I time Mark.
And Jerry Rafferty.
So Fanny, Jerry Rafferty, Boston, and...
CCR.
All right.
But with Jerry Rafferty, I didn't know this. He had another song, Get It Right Next Time. It's a very good song.
Get It Right Next Time. Also, Right Down the Line is a phenomenal.
Right Down the Line. Baker Street.
I wouldn't call it phenomenal, but it's a toe tapper.
This one's better than that, Right Down the Line, I thought.
Well, my obscures are going to be Triumph and Huey Lewis in the News, because I heard Huey's got a giant member. A lot of people say, keep talking, I'll listen again, because neither of us won. It was the last week's winner. So,
who was your last one?
Huey Lewis and the News. I'll just keep talking slowly, and we'll.
Huey Lewis and the News.
One anyway. It was Zeppelin was on, but we're gonna go wait till the next song.
Oh, I was gonna pick that. No, can't do that.
Stay true. You're an integrity guy.
I am.
That's not me.
But Huey Lewis in the late 70s, early 80s was a legacy band on KQ.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, what was you had Fanny. That's as obscure as you get. What was the other one?
Jerry Rafferty. Yeah. Baker Street was played quite often, but not enough.
True. Mine, I didn't give mine a lot of thought. I got to be honest with you. I picked Judas Priest, though, for my legacy, because after... the hell was it? So, Judas Priest came up on last episode, and I listened to some Judas Priest. Oh, because it got stuck on my cassette player. That's
right.
How it came up. And as far as a live recording goes, holy shit, is Unleashed in the East good. Rob Halford has got a... You could challenge... I'll do the Rob Halford challenge on who's got a better... metal voice. I'll just go Dio beats him, but behind that, I don't know who's behind him. Something to chew on, something to think about, because that Dio popped into my head right away. But they're both on the podium. Who's got bronze, or who knocks one of them off?
That'd be a tough one. That would take some research. I
think the Germany guy would say Klaus Meine from the Scorps. I think the Swedish guy will say, who the fuck sings for Europe? Are they Swedish?
I'm not sure.
Or Blue Swede. I hooked on a... No, that's PJ Thomas. Fuck. What was the Blue Swede song?
I can't remember.
It's really good.
It is very good.
It's very Swedish.
Because it's been brought up on the radio game before.
Carry me.
It was funny because Halford does it, but he does it better. He doesn't do the total squeak. But David Lee Roth, where he does the...
Oh, the whistle thing.
Yeah. And then it was listening to Raspberry Beret from Prince. And he did that.
A little bit.
In that song, quite a bit, where the guitarist, the lady strumming the guitar, just rolls her eyes like, gotta quit doing that.
If you want to do something fun, just Google or go to YouTube and search Prince Soundcheck. Man, that guy could just whip on the guitar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I never thought of him as a guitarist. I thought of him as like a impressive musician, all this stuff, but it wasn't until the Super Bowl that I'm like, oh my crap, that guy can play. And then the George Harrison, I think, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction or something like that. And then you just kind of start just listening for Prince's guitar work, and it's
phenomenal.
He was kind of like, but it wasn't like it was just totally him. It's so hard to describe. Like Stevie Ray Vaughan, you could tell the Stevie Ray sound. Prince had like all these different sounds. He just had all kinds of technique and shit that he could pull off.
Our subject tonight was fun facts or unknown facts about rock and roll music. And Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones could play 10 different instruments well. I mean, really well.
Brian Jones?
Yeah.
I saw 60.
He could play 60, but he could play 10 well. And then don't do it. But Prince, I saw him in concert.
Blue Swede. And 6 seconds. Now we have to talk a little bit. Blue Swede. I thought BJ Thomas did it too. Maybe that's a different one.
BJ and the Bear, isn't that? I don't know what that is. That was a TV show.
I think that's what they played at your fucking stag party myself. But...
No, but Prince...
Emphasis on the BJ.
Prince could play other instruments. He could play the bass well.
Oh, he could do the walk around like Sammy Davis Jr. would do and just grab someone's instrument and start playing it, then go give it back to him, play the next guy. So I have to play this.
I don't know why you're so hell-bent on playing...
Hell-bent for leather. Hell-bent for leather. Judas Priest. I'll play that next. Thanks. Oh, the B.J. Thomas version is very different. It's a sitar. Both good. I think I might like VJ's a little better. Sorry, Sweden. Oh,
So I brought up our subject, and
are we out of time? Can it be over? Got a lot. Ooh, mine are all on my phone.
mine are also. I think we have the same website that we're looking at.
Well, I looked at a few.
Oh, well, goody
I
for
looked
you.
for a couple.
In my defense, I was at a car show today, and I didn't really have time to do any research.
In my defense, you chose to be at a car show, and I spent all day.
Wow.
Kidding. Here's I got the first one. When the ignition is turned on, the onboard computer communicates with the. Oh, sorry, that's a different. That's not the right one. Fuse box location. Nope, that seems like a cool band name. This is. I'm going to start off with a whopper. Do you know what an anagram is?
Same forward or backwards?
Nope, it's just you scramble the letters different. Think an anagram, palindrome, and that's the other one where it goes frontward and backward.
So you were doing Axl Rose?
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
What?
Sex.
It says Axl Rose is an anagram for oral sex, and his real name is William Bailey. So it's like, oh, I get it. O-R-A-L. Yeah. How about that? You know what mine's short for? Or whatever. It's not good. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. My middle initial is A. So, yeah, it's bad. Well, shit. Now I feel like we might have the same stuff. What do you got?
No, I knew that one.
Well, we have to talk about them, too. We can't just list them. People don't like lists. We've heard.
I don't have a list.
You don't even know.
I didn't have albums growing up because that was our last episode with our guest, Jason. And we were talking about albums that
Well, I brought up
influenced
album
you.
covers, and you said you weren't a big purchaser of albums, but doesn't mean you didn't see them. But anyway, keep going.
No, but I was talking about Stairway to Heaven, if you play it backwards. If you play part of Stairway to Heaven backwards, you can hear the phrase, "Oh, it's here to my sweet Satan, the one whose a little path would make me sad, whose power is Satan. He'll give you 666, there was a tool shed where he would make us suffer. Sad in the part of if there's a bustle."
Bullshit. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
I am not.
Have you heard it? Have you tried playing it backwards? I don't have 4, so
I don't know.
I think that is a big coincidence. All right. Well, already we're fighting. I will say, now let me give you something that Led Zeppelin related that people can really get behind. Jimmy Page dated a 14-year-old girl when he was touring with Led Zeppelin. As did John Paul Jones. As did somebody else that I saw. Is this the same 14-year-old girl? One can only hope. But, or not, I guess. You know.
Well, we brought this up back in the last episode about how that was way too prevalent in the time, and it wasn't cracked down upon. I think even the Leonard Skinner song has that.
I don't know. I mean, when you're 14, it's totally cool to be dating a 14-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even 15. Possibly 16. But when you're 30? Ooh,
yeah.
No. Shouldn't be allowed. You're up.
Boy, I don't know.
I think they're all going to be just different shades of...
Different shades
Brian
of gray.
Jones, co-founder of the Rolling Stones, was proficient in over 60 musical instruments. Are you going to do Black Dog?
No, I was going to bring up Brian Jones. He wanted to keep the Stones playing blues rock.
Okay.
And the Stones wanted to expand into other areas.
Do you think Brian Jones was a better swimmer than he ended up being?
Oh, that opens up another. I don't know. I think he committed suicide because he did get just kicked out of the band.
So they found him in a pool, though, right?
Right. After they kicked him out.
So do you think he overdosed and just happened to walk by the pool, or do you think that...
I think he went in. But that's just me. But there was another one. If you ever watch Spinal Tap, the drummers who spontaneously
combusted.
The Grateful Dead had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 keyboardists. And 3 of them died when they were with the band.
In bizarre gardening accidents?
The first one, Ron Pigpen, he just drank himself to death because he wanted to be a rock and roll blues like Brian Jones. Mm-hmm. And the band wanted to go into psychedelic stuff, and then he just drank himself to death.
Okay. But that's a lot. 7? I mean, the band's been around, but they all die or they just quit?
No, 3 died.
Oh.
No, 4 died.
Okay, good. Otherwise, I think we got to suspect the sound man or the guy who has to carry the keyboards. Little help, and they wouldn't help.
One was a car accident. Brent Midland overdosed, and then the last guy was suicide.
These are people who died.
It's always reminded me of Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap is such a great movie. What did I see this week that had Spinal Tap? It was like a little clip, and it was a song where they were all playing the bass. On lead bass. On rhythm bass. All right. I had a thing here. It has to do with...
I don't want to see your
the
thing.
song Black Dog from, I believe it is what Led Zeppelin 4 opens up with. Led Zeppelin came up with the title Black Dog after a large black Labrador walked into the studio while recording.
Yeah, we got the same list.
Oh, I got some different ones too then.
Angela Jolie's uncle wrote Wild Thing.
Yeah, I didn't bother with that. I didn't trifle with that. The Muppet Show's Animal, Animal from the Muppet Show, drummer, allegedly inspired by Mick Fleetwood. I forget what band he's in though. I think it's the Fleetwoods or the Macintoshes.
I was thinking about that over a Big Mac.
Yeah, it'll come to us.
This one was going back to Led Zeppelin.
Yes.
The night John Bonham died, he drank 40 shots of vodka.
We did see the same list. It's funny though that I did like screenshots on the little, there's like an ad and then there's like 3 facts and I saw that and I didn't see it. The one that I want to do though, because it's probably in the same one.
You cannot do 40 shots of vodka.
I think they probably guesstimated because it's not like the guy was like, ooh, pour me a shot. He was probably just chugging the shit out of the bottle. And they said, well, that had 40 ounces in it. And you're the drummer for Zeppelin. Nothing can happen to you. That's too bad. I guess that maybe, I don't know. Do you think he wanted to? I bet he didn't want to.
No, I don't think he did either.
So before Neil Young joined Crosby, Stills, and Nash, you heard this one?
Mm-hmm.
I bet the Ascertainers listeners haven't.
I bet they haven't.
Before Neil Young joined Crosby, Stills, and Nash, the members reached out to George Harrison and Eric Clapton to join the group. Clapton would have been a nightmare, or it would have totally turned into more of a guitar band. But George Harrison would have been great.
I think Clapton would have been bad because he would have taken credit for every song.
Totally. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and who? That's what it would have been called.
It'd be like,
if Roger Daltrey joined it, they could have called it Crosby, Stills, Nash, and who? Get it?
Oh.
Come on, work with me. But Clapton just wasn't a good singer, so I don't know why he was even considered. Do you think Eric Clapton was a above average singer or just an average singer with a great
it worked
guitar?
for him.
Yeah,
in his stuff. Guys. Yeah.
But each member of Crosby, Stills, and Nash could sing like front a band.
Wasn't Harrison in Traveling Wilburys also?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That was a phenomenal.
He and Tom Petty were really good friends.
That was a phenomenal band. I'm
the
sorry.
The Wilburys would have been, we could do a whole episode on this, but it was George Harrison, Tom Petty, Jeff Lynne,
Roy
Orbison, and Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
That's all you got?
But Dylan didn't. I don't know if he was on everything. He
sang on the one album I have, and I don't know if they did more than 2.
I think they only did 2.
He sings on a few.
Yeah, but I don't think he was on every song of the album. He was sporadic.
Well, they're the traveling fucking Wilburys that travel. They're not the stationary Wilburys. What do you expect? He's Bob Dylan.
He couldn't keep up because they were on the move.
He's got shit to do. Bob's got a thing. He's not on this one. Jeff Lynne. I see your calendar's empty. Why don't you do Bob's part too?
Don't be mean to Jeff Lynne. He
Jeff
is
Lynne.
very good.
I think Jeff Lynne. Oh, there it is. We talked about the Mount Rushmore of underrated bands. We had April Wine. I forget the second one. That's how underrated they are. And ELO should be on that list.
Tesla.
ELO. We need one more member, please, I implore you, if you are listening to this, and I know that statistically there are a few people that listen to this, send us an email and don't put Rush down because Mark will think I sent it as underrated bands. And don't put the fucking Dead down because I'll burn this house to the ground. But who should be the fourth underrated band on the Mount Rushmore of underrated bands? So far, we have April Wine, Tesla,
ELO,
and ELO. Do you think ELO belongs?
I do. I think that one's kind of iffy.
So so you can knock someone off too. I mean, so it's not; these aren't absolutes. Tesla doesn't have the body of work, but every time you hear an ELO song, you're like, it's a fucking good song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, there's some really, and they're very diverse in terms of from rock and roll Beethoven to Mr. Blue Sky.
Growl Over Beethoven was so poppy that I don't know. They kind of hurt themselves.
That was almost kitschy, is what that was. Yeah, it was a little overboard on the orchestra part, but it's in their name. You know, it's not like you shouldn't have seen that one coming.
I mean, what you say is true. Everything you hear, you would go, "Wow, that's pretty."
We'll do after that thing. We'll just do ELO songs until we hear a bad one. So yeah, so we got 3 on the list. I would say Tesla is the most unstable of the 3 so far, because I can name like 5 Tesla. I can really name like 3 Tesla songs, but the other ones that I hear that I don't know who they are, I'm like, who's this? And it's like, okay, Tesla's good.
I was listening to a lot of Free live.
God, I feel so shitty that I didn't get Free, other than what's their big song? Because I can't get enough of your love. It's All Right Now. And Mark's like, yeah, it's a good album. I'm like, yeah, sure it is. And good God, man, Free could make the list. Free's better than Bad Company from everything I've heard of Free.
I agree. And they were great live. They were better live, I think. They were more of a live band.
How old are you?
I've been watching a lot of YouTube live Free.
Where do you find the time? That's right, you retired. I still have a job. For now.
I wake up with nothing to do, and it takes me all day to do it.
Attaboy. That's called efficiency. So, yes. Okay. All right. Well, let's do that. Let's give some thought to that for another episode, like topic or whatever. Because that's just good.
That's good radio.
Good arguing kind of shit right there.
It's good for listener input. If anyone would input to our...
I honestly think that... Have we checked our spam folder? Maybe there's an issue there. Oh, Charlie sent me a text last week or 2 weeks ago. Oh, I feel like shit. Because he heard about we had another visitor in the... in the old guillotine. And he had I gotta find it now. Oh, I feel bad I didn't mention it on the last one.
Well, Charlie, in Jim's defense, he doesn't have a whiteboard to write this stuff down. So.
Yep. Oh, he says another mouse, got 3 laugh with tears emoji. And then he said it's pronounced Palucci or Palucci. My dad knows a family too. He and they are from Hibbing.
The pizza.
Charlie's dad's from Hibbing? I met Charlie's dad. He seems like a guy from Hibbing. Because I've never met an Iron Ranger that I didn't think was pretty cool. So, hey, Chuck. Come on the podcast. I think we've exterminated all the mice. There's only been 2 in a year and a half. I'd say it's average, isn't it? How the fuck are mice getting in my house?
You can actually email us so we can fill up our folder.
I think we should just give them your phone number and have them text.
No, I want to have a record of it that they're sending it to the Ascertainers.
I say I'll just do Mark's phone number right now. It's 652-677-2841. So just text that. Dick pics, if you feel like you gotta. Yeah, sure. He'll send you back
I'll rate them.
One of his own. And he'll rate them on originality, texture, moistness, and distance from the ground.
I'd hate to see that one angry. That's from the movie MASH.
Oh my God. The movie MASH?
Yeah. With Sutherland and Elliot Gould.
They were talking about an angry one of those?
Yes.
I didn't see any of them angry. Oof.
Yeah, the guy turns his radar or somebody and says, "Yeah, I hate to see that one angry." It was just
He was referring to the whole human or just a part of him?
just a part of him.
Wow, it's getting hot in here.
Which is a fantastic.
Everything's starting to spin. Thanks for the turkey sandwich. I forgot to mention that earlier.
We got to cover that since we covered Bill Cosby earlier. So,
Yeah, if you know, you know. Let's just say if Mark shows up at your place with a big plate of turkey sandwiches, phone a friend. Tell him to
or let him in.
do the John T and say, I'll just have one of these later, and then shut the door on him. Like the stick of gum.
Oh, that's right.
I did that to Chris. Chris, my wife, Chris. I literally did the tuck, but I didn't have a pocket shirt on.
Oh, no.
I go, I'll just take that one later. And she goes, what does that even mean? I'm like, how long have you known me?
You do have a pocket T-shirt.
I have 3 pocket T-shirts. Thank you.
It's really...
I don't really put anything in the pocket, though, except I put pull tab money in there tonight. Now
it's really
gone.
strange.
Okay, well.
And it's kind of like a pastel Easter color.
Yeah, it's got a stain on it. Can you see the stain?
I can't.
Somewhere right up there. I got mustard on it, and apparently
I'm not videotaping tonight, so he was pointing at his chest, not any lower than that.
I'll reach us there. Anyway. On a good day. With a Southern crosswind, it'll get there. All right, anyway. So, yeah. Oh, I have a couple more rock facts.
Oh, do it.
I'd say that this episode was a huge success. How about you?
We just keep telling the listeners that.
I think if we should give ourselves that. But we should probably learn some words in Swedish, like send us an email in Swedish. Could you do that? You got time? I think it's Undergleben, Glauden, Gluben. It's got to mean something. That's German, too. It sounds German.
It's German, not Swedish.
Oh, we got Germany, too, to worry about. I drank with a guy from Finland, a Finn, and I'll tell you right now, very proud of his culture, because he goes, I'm a Finn. He said that no less than half a dozen times, but they were all like applicable to like frugality or, hardiness or whatever. I'm a Finn, big savers. Or I'm a Finn,
So when I go down
loyal or something.
Go down south, and I'll say, well, I'm from Minnesota. If you say you're from Wisconsin, they think Wisconsin, North Dakota, and Minnesota are all the same. Where we would differentiate, we're not Wisconsinites.
They're not.
We
all
hate
the way
them.
Wrong.
Oh,
Well, okay, Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama.
I can tell the difference now with the accent. Only because my wife's from Arkansas and she
All right,
has.
you get it though, right? I mean, in Minnesota, it's yeah. I guess like I can tell if someone's from northern Minnesota versus if they grew up down by the Iowa border. There's a big difference in how they talk. The closer to Canada you get, the more fucking cool you are to listen to. Here's one that I challenge that on the interesting rock and roll facts. It says Queen has the longest running fan club according to the Guinness Book of World Records. Whose is longer?
Rush.
Nope.
Grateful Dead.
It might be Rush, but the Kiss Army, I think, would destroy Queen based on how long the bands have been in existence. Like when they started, because I know there's still people that are in the Queen fan club.
But what I brought up was like, say the Grateful Dead. They've been around since 60s.
I'll tell you right now.
And
if I was you right now, you were talking about, oh my gosh, the Grateful Dead. Way to mix it up, Mark. Anyway, so the Grateful Dead but they have the best following in all the music, so I'll give them credit for something. Which you could try.
I don't hate Rush. I'm just saying that the Deadheads have been around longer than the Queen fan club. So would Deadheads be like a fan club? Or is it just specifically a club that's called a fan club? That's the fourth yawn that Jim has done today.
I know, but I always yawn. I yawn when I'm, I sneeze and I yawn when I'm, say muscles or something. Oh, here's another. Bill Wyman, former Rolling Stones.
Don't bring it up. Let's
guitarist. He was a bass player, but I guess the bass is a guitar. Let's just say 14-year-old and leave it at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's just so sad that's.
Here's the one I really wanted to get to. The Pat Boone one we can skip. It has to do with where Mama Cass died. Did you see that one?
Yeah, she choked on a ham sandwich.
Keith Moon and Mama
sandwich.
Cass. Okay, I have to read something. It's like a couple, three sentences. On September 7th, 1978, Keith Moon of The Who died in this London apartment that the drummer had rented from Harry Nilsson. Cass Elliot of the Mamas and the Papas also died in the same apartment 4 years earlier in July 1974. Nilsson believed it was cursed. So how did those two very well-known musicians die in the exact same room? Ew. That's pretty eerie.
How many musicians stayed in that room, though?
Well, that's a good point. How many? Well, but one died of a sandwich and the other died of, like, alcohol poisoning. Did Mama Cass choke on a sandwich, or did
No,
she?
that was.
Oh, that was just a thing. I remember
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live had some fun with that one, boy. That was back in the day. And there's a thing coming out on Netflix or something. It's like the origins of Saturday Night Live, kind of a biopic. Is it biopic or biopic? I just thought it was biopic.
A biopic, isn't that surgery?
That sounds like something happened bad.
I'm going in for a biopic.
Is it serious, Doc? I'm afraid it's biopic. Anyhow,
Didn't Harry, he died.
Harry Nilsson?
Yeah. Didn't he, like, commit suicide or anything like that?
I don't know. Members of Guns N' Roses and the Red Hot Chili Peppers went to high school together.
Get a hold of us at TheAscertainers@gmail.com, or you can text us on any platform you listen to us on.
And if you're a member of the 1992 Lithuanian Olympic basketball team,
You know, I'm trying to do
you can thank the Grateful Dead for sponsoring it. Did you know this? The Grateful Dead sponsored the 1992 Lithuanian Olympic basketball team after the breakup of the Soviet Union. They would go on to win the bronze medal against Russia.
Well, Grateful Dead's always been on the forefront of
So if you're from
athletics.
Lithuania and you still got a good long-range jumper, the Ascertainers are looking for a third. So email us at, go ahead, I'll jump right back into it. It's called a seamless transition.
I already covered that, but we do have a Facebook page, and you can like us anytime and share it with others.
We've got room for a couple more followers, but hurry before it fills up, okay?
Thank you for listening.
See ya.